Hello everyone and welcome to the second part of this video tutorial series in which we are going to create a classified ad posting website from scratch in PHP Codeigniter. In this video we are going to install Codeigniter and do a little bit of the tricks for basic setup and configuration to fire the Codeigniter up and make it working. So the first thing you need to have is your local server setup. I believe you already have your local server setup. If you don't have, you can either download WAMP or XAMPP. If you want to download WAMP, you just go to Google and write download WAMP. It will give you the URL to download WAMP. You can download from SourceForge or from the official website. And if you want to download XAMPP, by the way, both works. So this is Apache, friends. You can download WAMP from WAMP server and you can download XAMPP from here. No matter what you download, that's all good as long as it works. So I already have WAMP working on my machine, so let's fire it up. Like say this. Okay, this is the default page. This is PHP my PHP myadmin works. So that's all good, means I already have my local server working. So let's download the Codeigniter. If I click on download, it will start downloading. Oh yes, this is starting download a zip file of Codeigniter. As you can see, I already have this downloaded and extracted on my desktop over here. Yeah, this is here. So let's copy this file into, yeah, already copied. So let's see how it works. This is my default directory www. So I go to localhost / classified. That's it. Codeigniter is installed. Welcome to Codeigniter. You see this? This is the default welcome page which is configured on Codeigniter. Let's fire up our IDE, which is PHP Storm. I'm using PHP Storm 7.1, which is pretty older version. You can install the latest version if you wish. By my 7.1 is registered and it is still working perfectly, so I never felt an urge to upgrade this. It's lightweight as compared to the latest version. They're pretty heavy, although there are a lot of editors which we can use. Sublime Text, this is very good editor. Atom, that is also very good editor. Visual Studio Code, you can also use that. NetBeans, you can use that. And then PHP Storm. Yes, PHP Storm is good because you can have a server-side debugging extensions like Xdebug. Don't worry if you don't know what Xdebug is, it will come later on. It's a very helpful tool for testing codes. Alright, so our editor is open. Here we have the Codeigniter. That's it. This is the all directory structure of Codeigniter. Now what is it? Let's dig deeper into the directory structure. The first file which is hit into a directory is index.php. So index.php will be hit over here as well. The very first line, you can see this is the definition of environment variable, and the default environment variable is development. How can we define environment variable? We say we need to have a check over here on something. Based on that check we can define environment. Let's say we want to check the directory name of the file which we are in. So see this path. If we want to see this path, we can check this path over here, and then we can place a check. On your default machine this has to be something like this, and on your server based, if it is a Linux or any kind of Linux distro, that will be like /war/www/html and something like that. So based on the path, you can first get the path, and then you can put a switch statement or you can put an if condition, and then you can define your environment variable here. Why environment variable? I mean, um, you will be thinking what this variable does. This question, hold on to that question. I'm gonna explain it later when we'll be digging into the database file. All right. So the entire application is over here. Of course, this is the system, means the core, all the core database fonts, helper language libraries, everything is over here. This is the core, don't mess it with it. This is the user guide, this is all the documentation. We actually don't want this folder. If you want to delete it, you can delete it, no problem. It's only documentation. The entire folder is over here. As the name suggests, this is the application. Alright, the first one is cache. This is the cache setting only. Then this is the configuration. All basic configurations are over here. These are our controllers. We'll be we'll be working a lot in this folder. And then these are our models, and these are our views. So the basic three folders we'll be working on are controllers, models, and views. So this is MVC. M is for model, C is for controller, and V is for views, model, views, and controllers. So that's what MVC is all about. Anyway, so before starting, we have to do some configurations, and that's an autoload file. So autoload file is a file in which you mention the packages and libraries you want to load all the time with the application when the application starts. Actually, PHP already have an autoload function that works behind this. If you want to know what autoload function is, you can search autoload function in PHP. But this is a framework. The framework is something like a layered or a encapsulation thing. So on the back end, those PHP functions are called, but right now over here we are only defining variables and defining the areas which will autoload all of these. Currently we want some packages, so say these packages we want these currently we don't want any package to install, but libraries, yes, these libraries we want them. This is the database library, the session library, we want both of them, and then we need both of these helpers. So just copy and paste. We might need any other library we'll use. Right now this is all good. So there is another thing. If you wanna load session library, you have to go to config file and add an encryption key. Do not forget to do that. Go to config and go to encryption. Just hang on a second. There will be an encryption key. Add an encryption key. Something like that. I just press the shift button and then my numeric keys. That's all. This is random key. This will be used in creating the encryption keys whenever we are going to do some hash. That's all set. All good. Now is the database. Now you see this is the DB default. What does this default means? Let's go into the index. You see this? These are the environments, right? Environment. In case of development, do something like this. In case of testing, in case of production, do something like this. Over here, this is default, means whatever. But if we want to have like another environment, if we have another environment, we can change this default group to like production, and then we can just copy and paste all of this and then have a production group like this, and then we'll have the username and password and all the credentials of the production group. That's it. Why are these handies? Well, they are handy if you are having multiple environments. It means one environment for the local and one environment for your production and one for staging and testing, something like that. Alright, so the username, because I'm running WAMP, so the username for my is root, the password is nothing, database, let's create one. Go. Okay, let's create another database. Classified. Okay, we named it. Classified. All good. Alright. It's all good because we haven't done anything to change this. But if you are confused, where is this coming from? Be very patient. No problem. I'm going to show you. This is the current blade which is actually displaying that code. Let me delete everything from here. This is the styling. Okay, here goes the style. Don't worry. Okay, I see. I press F5. Oh, the style is gone. Means we are in the right file. Okay, so this is the elapsed time. It's written here the page was rendered in this many seconds. I don't want this line. Okay, it's gone. Actually, I don't want everything. So everything is deleted. Let's go back. Okay, welcome to Codeigniter. Actually, we don't want this at all. So where it is actually rendered from? We are going in controller. This is the welcome controller. This welcome controller. This is actually a class. Everything in Codeigniter is a class because it is all object oriented. And object oriented, we use classes. So this is the default function index. So now you remember that in a folder, the default file which gets executed is either index.html or index.php. But in a class, the default function which gets executed is the index function. See? Alright. So we have the index functions and welcome class. So our URL is something like classified / nothing. How do we know we are where? So we can write welcome / index. Okay, this takes it. This is very nice thing. This error came up. This error came up because we have to mention index.php. Okay, so index.php, from this file everything is fired. Okay, the welcome in welcome controller, this function gets executed. This is the URL structure of the Codeigniter. This is controller, this is function, and if there is another / and something after that, this means this is some parameter. Anyway, so the first thing first, we want to get rid of this index.php. How do we do that? We can say Codeigniter URL rewrite, and it will give us a small what is that? Sorry, small code which we have to paste in our htaccess. We have to create an htaccess. We just copy it. We have to create a file htaccess on the root. Let's create a new file. We name it htaccess and just copy it, save it, and that's it. We don't have to do anything else. That's all set. So let's check it. Okay, it's done. So let's delete this index.php and welcome, and it's all set. You see, welcome and index. So if I just write welcome, it goes to the index function. Alright, so we understand how to install Codeigniter, how to set up database, how to mention that database name. Alright, we haven't provided that database name to Codeigniter yet. Just go to application, config, and database. Yes, classify, all set. So now we have everything over here. So to see whether that view works or not, this is the welcome HTML. Let's copy something from the internet. Okay, login HTML template, login form. Actually, it has to be login form. Okay, let's login form. Let's take okay. This looks pretty. This looks. Let's hope that it does not have any CSS hidden. This is a creative login form. Okay, let's download it. Okay, it says download. Oh, that's easy. Okay, this is the HTML. I just copy this HTML. Control C. Go. And in the body, yes, Control V. Oh, that's it. And it said that we have some CSS. Okay, some CSS copy. To have. Oh, we had a style tag. Where is that? Let's create a style tag. Oh, sorry. Okay. Paste it. Well, that's all good. And it said that there is some JS. Okay. So some JS as well. Okay. JS will come in a script tag. Script over here. This is jQuery. I don't know this. It supports jQuery or not. We have to include jQuery anyway. So let's see what happens. Hola. We have a username, password, and login. That's it. So we now know how to edit the view. Okay. So in the next video, we are going to see how to create controllers, and hopefully in the next video, I'm going to show you how to integrate a template into Codeigniter. Okay. In the meantime, you can practice downloading Codeigniter and setting up your local environment on your machine, and beware with me. If you have any kind of question, inquiries, please let me know in the comments and I'll answer every one of them. Take care. Until then, bye bye.